How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions, or you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. Did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? He just needed a little space. Not too bad. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN, which ended up having a green day inside of the market. There was a news update that came out about delays and so on. But you know what? We'll talk about that further. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first part we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, and what are some levels to look out for going into tomorrow. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know where institutions loading up on shares today. The reason why this is important, because if we know institutions are looking for a return on their investment, and they're not going to be investing in this play if they don't see any potential whatsoever. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more key details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.67, being up 1.86%. On the low, it tested $7.54, and then on the high, testing $7.95. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.311 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 11.386 million shares. So we just had a little below average volume on the day, but of course we still ended up being green. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it's right around 53.04. So it's still fairly close in the middle there. And then when we take a look at our chart, we continue to have strength above the 200-day. We are below the 100-day, but what I like to see, we are sitting right on the 21-day EMA where it's at $7.54. So we did end up getting a news update in regards to delays. So going into tomorrow, I would love for us to use a 50-day as an area of support, which is around $7.42. We are also well aware that OCGN has been at levels where it's been around 727 and also 724 to be exact. So these are the areas, if it does decide to pull back, I would love to see hold up. And if it goes back even further, then I'm going to want to see some strength right here around $7.15. So now when we take a look at where it tested on the high, it was around $7.95. We already know $8 is a psychological area for OCGN, so having some selling pressure here, of course, was of no surprise. So what I'm going to be looking forward to going into tomorrow, we'd want to be able to actually get above this level, which is a 795, which was today, and make that move to 8. That is the bullish case scenario. As far as for the bearish case scenario, we might pull back to those areas like I was talking about. But if we can continue to stay within this range and stay above $7, things are going to continue to look good, especially since we are making our moves going into October. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow it was 18.49, and then on the outflow it was 17.16. Taking a look at the breakdown, we could see on the large it was 0.79, then on the medium it was 11.56, and then on the small it was 6.14. When we take a look at the outflow side, it was 0 on the large, on the medium we had 11.86, and then on the small we had 5.30. So we end up having an inflow day overall. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, September the 27th, being at 785.69. So institutions were loading up on shares today, and as you can clearly see, we ended up having an inflow day. So with that said, and with the news that ended up coming out, I'm not concerned whatsoever. Institutions wouldn't be loading up on shares if they were not feeling like, you know what, there's not going to be any return here. But aside from that, this is part of the reasons why we do our homework and we also do our due diligence. We've known that there's been delays. We already know Bharat Biotech has to submit information that is supposed to be going to to who so they can come up with a decision. So as far as the news is concerned, that's why I'm not really bothered by it. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, when I went on Fintel before putting this video together, I saw that the short volume ratio is at 51.93 for the close of today. So what this tells us, OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential. Plus on top of that, shorts are continuing to be heavily vested in this play, increasing their positions. So one of the things that you want to be aware of, there's going to be a lot of volatility when it comes to the stock price. And you know what? You should already know this and you should not be concerned. I know the news did come out about delays and so on. So if the stock does decide to pull back, since you've done your homework and you've done your due diligence, hey, it might open an opportunity for you to average down. The key levels that I want to see OCGN actually hold up is around $7.50 and as well as the 740s, which is right around where we have the 50-day. If we end up breaking through that, I talked about in the technicals where those levels will be, but of course I'm going to be excited regardless as long as we're holding up $7 waiting for that who decision. And I also do know that Oxygen does have a fireside chat that they have going down tomorrow at 8 a.m. for Cantor, so it's going to be very interesting to see what Shankar talks about. We know many of us are going to be keeping our ears to the streets on that one. And also you can leave a comment underneath this video as soon as when you get some details or if you want to share any of your thoughts and as well as your opinions. So with all that said, let's see how OCGN performs going into tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon.